Hello, we are from MGT 321 Group 6, and we will present Chapter 9, which is Decision Making Technique.
Hi, my name is Mabel and I'm taking a diploma in business studies.
I'm Wendy TING.
My name is Michelle Henry.
My name is OLIVIA STONNER.
A group is a collection of people who interact with one another in such a way that one person's behavior affects the others. In other words, a group is defined as two or more individuals who interact or are interdependent and have worked together to accomplish a common goal. Group decision making is when individuals collectively make choice from alternatives. Such decisions are not attributable to any single individual but to the group as a whole. By definition, group decisions are participatory, and an individual's contribution is usually proportional to how a given decision will affect him or her. Social influence, including peer pressure and group dynamics, all plays an important role in group decisions. These social factors can have an impact on the decision-making process as well as the decision to make outcomes. A group can make choices through agreement in which all members agree, or by majority rule in which the option preferred by the majority of members is chosen.
So, brainstorming is a group decision-making technique in which every of the member is required to generate any or all ideas that come into their mind, no matter how wild or wacky it is. So, these techniques involve a group of people, usually 5 to 10 people, sitting around a table and generating ideas in form of free association. During a brainstorming season, the leader of the group will present a particular problem. After a while, group members state their opinion freely. After all the ideas have been presented, the group will then discuss the idea and choose the one that suits their purpose. So how does brainstorming work? Let's see in the first stage, which is the suspend judgment. Evaluation and criticisms of idea during a brainstorming season should be avoided. The next stage is permit freewheeling. The group members are required to offer their ideas, no matter how wild or impractical it is, but still are expected from each of the members. So the next stage is emphasize quantity, not quality. So quantity should be stressed, not quality. All ideas should be expressed and none should be screened out. This is intended to encourage people to move beyond their favorite ideas, thereby producing a more complete range of alternatives. So the next stage is ensure all voices are heard. It is important to ensure that all members participated in the brainstorming season, no matter how reluctant they are to contribute. So the last stage is record all ideas. Every ideas that produced during the brainstorming season should be recorded for the later discussion. The advantages of brainstorming is that brainstorming includes ability to find ideas and also use every person's input to develop specific ideas. But there are also disadvantages, which is one of the difficulties with brainstorming is that despite the prohibition against judging ideas until all the group have presented, some individuals are hesitate to propose their ideas because they fear the judgment or ridicule of other group members. Sometimes they also fear that the ideas may be looked down by others. This is all for me. Thank you. Let's proceed with the next presenter.
What is nominal group technique? Nominal group technique is a highly structured face-to-face group discussion method where every participant is provided an opportunity to participate, where opinion of all participants are considered equally important and are heard by other members. Nominal group technique is also defined as a structured method for group brainstorming that encourages contribution from everyone, and facilitate quick agreements on the relative importance of issues, problems, or solutions. It can be used in groups of many sizes. Team members begin with writing down their ideas, then selecting which idea they feel is the best. This process prevents a single person from dominating the discussions, encourage all members of the group to participate, and produce a set of prioritized solutions or recommendations that reflect the group preferences. When to use nominal group technique? Nominal group technique is used when some group members are much more vocal than others. Some group members think better in silence, and when group members does not easily generate quantities of ideas as they are new members in the team. How it's work? Members generate ideas in silence and in writing. The moderator reads the question to the group after presenting the question or problem in written form. The moderator instructs everyone to write down their thought in short praise or statements and to work quietly and independently. Each person generates ideas and write them down in silence. Next, discussion allows only for clarifying, not criticizing. Members of the group participate in a round-robin feedback sessions to capture each idea in concise manner, without debate at this point. The moderator writes a group member ideas on a flip chart that is visible to everyone in the room, then move on to the next group member's idea. It is not necessary to repeat ideas, however, if members of the group believe in them, they should. The contribution of the member will be recorded. Third, ideas are presented in round-robin manner. After that, each idea is discussed to determine its clarity and importance. Moderator will ask for each idea whether there is any question or comment to make about the ideas. These steps allow members to express their understanding of the logic as well as the idea's relative importance. It is not necessary for the idea's creator to clarify or explain the item. Any group member can do so. And lastly, decision is based on the highest vote. Individuals vote privately to rank the ideas in order of importance. The votes are tallied to determine which idea received the most vote from the entire group. The moderator decides what criteria will be used to rank the idea. To begin, each group member chooses the top 5 items from the group list and write 1 idea on each index card. The 5 ideas are then ranked by each member, and decision is based on the highest vote. For advantages, first, generate greater ideas than traditional group discussion. Second, reduce roadblock. This will promote balanced participation among members. Third, encourage participants to confront issues through conservative problem solving. For the disadvantages, first, it requires preparation. Second, frustration due to inflexibility. And third, lack of cohesiveness, which will lead to less interaction.
Next is Delphi techniques. This technique is the modification of the nominal group technique, except that it involves obtaining the opinion of experts physically separate from each other and unknown of each other. Decision-making in Delphi techniques carry out without the member having to meet face-to-face. Delphi techniques is a method for collecting, organizing, reviewing, and revising the opinion of a group of individuals. These techniques usually use facts, use the pooling techniques, and use experts to solve a problem. A group leader distributes survey questions and questionnaire to the expert for the solution and opinion. Leader will collect and summarize the solution and opinion, then evaluate it until the best decision can be found. There are 6 steps in Delphi techniques. First is identify problem and select group of experts, where the problem and question developed by Delphi leader, and ask participants to react the response. Next step is independently generate idea. The participant give the idea for the solution and opinion. Step number 3 is summarize input, where the leader will collect all the response and summarize then evaluate it. Step 4, distribute summary. And in the next step, the response will revise, refine, and prioritize early input. This process may repeat several times until the response are satisfactory or until a consensus can be achieved. Finally, the last step, which is form final decision. The final result is used as a solution to the identified problem. Next, we will go through for the advantage and disadvantage in Delphi techniques. As what we can see here, there are 4 advantage and 5 disadvantage. Let's see for the advantage. The advantage of Delphi techniques is first, instant generation of idea. Next, convenience to participation. Number 3, proactive search behavior. And the last one is anonymity and isolation. Next is for disadvantage of Delphi techniques. As what we can see, there are no face-to-face meeting, so there have a lack of socio-emotional satisfaction and no face-to-face problem solving. In Delphi techniques also, the disadvantage is it requires skill in written communication and the results are limited. In Delphi technique, there are more time-consuming and require full commitment for participation.
The first advantages of group decision-making is diversity of views. A group always has an advantage of having a wide range of viewpoints. This is because a group always has more than one member, and because each person is unique, their viewpoints are going to be different. This is also why there are so many different approaches to solve a problem. Because group decisions take a wider area, they supply more information for decision making. Next, greater acceptability. The opinions of a group are more widely accepted than among an individual. This is because the decisions are made as a part of a wider agreement rather than being imposed. Individual decisions can be viewed as autocratic, while group decisions are immediately thought to be more democratic. Lastly, encourages people participation. People usually present their opinions on a platform provided by a group. People who are shy to communicate or interact are more motivated to perform when they are in a group situation. People are more likely to take initiative if they feel that they are a part of the decision-making process. For the disadvantages of group decision-making, the first disadvantage is time-consuming. A group is made up of multiple people. Getting them organized, planning and coordinating their meetings, defining and explaining the meeting's purpose and goals, and finally arriving at a solution or making a decision can be time-consuming, and the time loss that occurs as a result of group dynamics cannot be overlooked. Next, lack of owners. In a group, it is difficult to assign responsibilities. Before a problem can be solved in an organization, it is frequently possible to assign responsibilities. It's difficult to do so if something goes wrong with a group decision. Lastly, groupism. The word itself carries a negative meaning. Some members of a group may develop the impression that they are distinct from the others. This creates informal groupings within the larger formal group, which can lead to negative feelings toward other groups or individuals outside the group.